Hello, Mrs. Lovett here. I want to talk to you about the AMI work for April 7th, math. And this is just one of our drops in the bucket that Mrs. Hunsucker usually uses for bell work, and I have used it as well, just maybe not every day. So it's just reviewing basic facts. So this first one, basic facts. So 3 times 2 is 6. And before I keep going through this, hopefully you did the work yourself first and you're just using this video to check and go over your work, make sure you didn't make any mistakes or something you didn't understand. And then also, if you see I made a mistake, leave me a comment in the video on Google Classroom. Leave a class comment. Okay, but make sure I did make a mistake and then you can give me that comment. You can also give me a comment if you just watch the video. That way I know that someone is watching these. Okay, so anyway, 3 times 2 is 6, 7 plus 8, 15, 5 plus 6, 11, 18 divided by 6, 3, 11 minus 5, 6, 4 times 3 equals 12, 6 times 7 equals 42, 5 divided by 5 equals 1, 18 minus 9 equals 9, 7 times 2 equals 14, 3 times 5 equals 15, 6 times 1 equals 6, 48 divided by 6 equals 8, 42 divided by 6 equals 7, and 56 divided by 7 equals 8. Quick review, an answer to a multiplication problem is going to be a product, an answer to an addition problem is going to be a sum, an answer to a division problem is going to be quotient, and the answer to a subtraction problem is going to be difference. So please check and make sure you have all the correct products, sums, differences, and quotients. Okay, so number 2, or section 2, algorithms. It's just algorithm is a procedure that you do to get the answer. So we know when we are adding $500.88 plus $34.23, our decimal has to be lined up in all of our correct place values. So 8 plus 3 is 11. You have to carry the 1. 8 plus 2 plus 1 is 11. Carry the 1 as well. Make sure you have your decimal in the correct place. Then 4 plus 0 plus 1 is 5, and then 3 plus 0 is 3, and 5 plus 0, because there's nothing in the hundreds place, is going to be 5, and make sure you have your dollar sign. So that's $535.11. Okay, so for the next one, it's kind of hard to read where I've marked it out, but it was 565,280 minus 8,158. So I'm not going to go step by step like I did with the addition problem, but remember when you're subtracting, you have to borrow. You can't take 8 from 0, so you must take one of the tens away, make that 8 a 7, and then you're now subtracting 10 minus 8. And so forth. So I got the difference of 557,122. Okay, the next one's a multiplication problem. With multiplication, you do not need to line up the decimals. You're just going to put the 9, which is in the ones place, underneath the 5, which is in the hundreds place. You do not need to line up your place values. So $3.85 times 9, you're going to get $34.65. Whenever you finish and you have your product, you must put your decimal back in where it goes. So since the factor there is $3.85, it's in the hundreds, so you need to make sure you have hundreds for your product. Okay, division. 612 divided by 3. So 3 will go into 6 2 times. You bring 3 times 2 is 6. Subtract, bring it down. You're going to keep repeating that process till you do not have any numbers left over. It's 0, 3, because 3 times 4 is 12. I ran out of room there, but the quotient is 204. Okay, now this next one is on time, and I read it wrong. So please make sure you're paying attention to the symbols. At first, I was going to subtract 3 hours and 46 minutes. And then I looked at it, if you see my scribbles, and I'm just adding those. So I'm going to add the minutes together and I get 85 minutes and 6 hours. But I know 60 minutes are in an hour. So I took 85 minus 60 and got 25 minutes. So I added an hour on. So that's 7 hours and 25 minutes. And that just makes more sense than someone saying 6 hours and 85 minutes. Okay. Number 3, estimating and rounding. About 13 million small animals live in the park. The number was probably rounded to the nearest million. So I just looked at the first digit that wasn't a 0, and that is the millions place. And I know that because if I start with the last 0, that's ones, and then I go up towards the left, goes ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, million. So that 3 is in the millions place, so I circled million. Okay, number 4, story problems. The price tag on a CD player was $50. The sign on the table said, "Sale, 1/2 off everything on this table." So what was the sale price of the CD player? Well, if we know it's $50 is on the tag and it's supposed to be half off, we know half of 50 is $25. So that CD player on sale is going to be $25. That's a bargain. Something my mom likes to say. Okay, so number 5, equivalent fractions. So just remember anything that if you multiply or divide the numerator or denominator, you have to do the same to either the numerator or the denominator. So 2/3 equals, and they give us blank 6. So we know we're multiplying because the number's getting larger. So 3 times 2 is 6. So 2 times 2 is 4. So we get the numerator 4. Okay, so 1/8 equals 3 over 24. And it's equivalent. So 1/3 equals 4/12. 2/5 equals 4/10. And then they're trying to trick us here is 1 equals 16. And we know anytime a whole number, you're going to have all for the denominator. So 16/16 is the same as 1. Okay, vocabulary, concepts, facts. And they give us a little word key here. A, the product is the answer when you multiply. If there is a 15-degree increase in the temperature, it's hotter. C, list the 4 factors of 8. So that's any numbers that can be multiplied together to get 8. So 1 and 8, because 1 times 8 is 8. And 2 and 4, because 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, abbreviate. Inch, IN, foot, FT, yard, YD, mile, MI. E, a yard is equal to 36 inches. And we know that because there are 3 feet in 1 yard and there's 12 inches in each foot. Okay, number 7, fractional parts. So we've talked about of means multiply. So 1/9 of 54. So 54 is a whole number, so we're going to stick 1 underneath it as the denominator and simplify where we can. I'm going to simplify 9 and 54 because I know 9 times 6 is 54, so I change the 9 to a 1 and 54 to a 6. Then I multiply the numerator straight across, and 1 times 6 is 6. Okay, using that same method, 2/3 of 18 it equals 12. 3/4 of 0 equals 0. 2/5 of 35 equals 14. And 3/4 of 36 equals 27. Okay, I haven't used my markup tool in a while, so we are here if you lost track. Okay, number 8, place value numeration. A, what is 10 less than 1,798,360? So I find the tens place, which is the 6. So I write the same number and go 10 less. So my new number is 1,798,350. Okay, I need to erase that because it's too large. B, write 200,006,002. So I wrote that. 200,006,002. So it's all about making sure these digits are in the correct place value. In 8,162,059, the 5 stands for the tens place, or 50. Circle the least amount. So I'm looking at the place values, and I see that 300,600 is less than 306,000. 306. Sorry. And way less than 500,006. Okay, E. Write the smallest digit number that has no zeros. So I can't have any zeros. So I just wrote all ones. 6 of them. So that would be 111,111. Okay, now we are on 9. These are all, well, they're definitely not squares. So they gotta be trapezoids. Okay, B. How many right angles are there in trapezoid A? And I don't think I can make, oh, I can make this larger. That's cool. I'm going to have to start doing that more often. Okay, so there's a 90-degree angle, there's a 90-degree angle. So, I thought I could move it. Trapezoid A has 2 right angles. C. How many right angles are in the trapezoid B? There are none. 0. How many right angles are in trapezoid C? Also 0. This one and this one is acute, less than 90, and these look obtuse, greater than 90. Okay, E. Only 2 sides of a trapezoid are parallel. So, this side and this side are parallel. I need to make this smaller. And then on B, well, that didn't help. Those 2 are. And then on C, these 2 sides are parallel, meaning they are not going to intersect. Okay, ruler. Really try to zoom in here. Okay, so we know a whole and a half, and then these are fourths. But these little bitty lines, some people may get confused with those. But this is an eighth. So 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, 8/8, which is a whole. So A is pointed at 1/8. Now these really tiny lines right here are 16ths. Okay, so A is at 1/8. B is at, why is it doing that? B is at 1 inch. C is at 2, and then you count your eighths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 and 5/8. Then D is at 3 and 1/8. And then put E at 5 1/4. And it cuts off the ruler, but we know that this here is the fourth, not the half. Because we can see that by looking at previous inches. Okay, so leave me a comment. Let me know that you watched the video. Thanks. Bye.